Hello, my name is Allison King, and today we are going to discuss Hollow City by Ransom Briggs. So I don't have my copy of the book here because I left it at school, and I read the audiobook. But I'd say I prefer this one over Miss Peregrine's. I have reread them now. I never got Library Souls because that TBR, man. I really enjoyed Hollow City, and I think I enjoyed it better the second time, because I could pick up on things and pick up on clues that Ransom left. Since it's the second book in a series, I think all the spoiler-free people need to leave, because the plot itself gives away the first book. So, this book, the problem that I really had with it was how conveniently the Peculiar Children did things like, oh, let's open up the Book of the Tales, and oh, there's the Giant's Rock, and oh, there's the peculiar animals, like the dogs. The dog thing was really weird to me, which I know what you're gonna say. This is a book about children with like sideshow abilities that are run by women who turn into birds and go through time loops, but it just was so unrealistic that I actually found myself agreeing with Enoch, who absolutely drives me crazy. I'm Donald Trump, apparently. That kid, I understand that his powers have to do with death and everything, but could you be more of like an emo? Were emos around during the 40s? Not emus, emos. Like, he's so sad and depressing, and hey, we're all gonna die. I absolutely love the Emma and Jacob dynamic. I thought it was adorable how they're like all of these horrible things. They're both just kind of like flirting with each other, and he's too scared to tell her she looks good in that blue dress and all stuff like that. I just thought it was cute. It really made me angry with that whole discussion about him going home. First of all, when is it ever okay to tell someone you don't love them if you don't mean it? I mean, she literally, like, basically mocked him. I know she apologized, but that's just something it's hard for me to get over, because you see Jacob pour out his heart to Emma, and she just stomps on it. And I actually just, like, I think I was drinking something, and I'd put my book down to start the audiobook, and I just said, no, he didn't say that, so I rewinded it. And she did. I liked Horace a lot more in this book. I think he added some more charm. Millard is smart, but man, that kid is like so intelligent. I mean, maybe it's the invisible thing. I think it's kind of interesting that the Hologas and the Whites eat the souls now. I thought it was very interesting that way. I really like the addition of, oh, what is his name? It's either Blast or Blaze, forgive me, it's like 2 a.m. But I really loved how Miss Peregrine's brother just like came through at the end. I just finished reading it and just shook the world. I was like, oh, can Peregrine put everybody in their place? Stop Jacob from leaving, because that's a really stupid decision. But then they're done. And okay, I know I'm talking more about the end, but that's because I have more feelings about it. Letting Mrs. Wren, or Miss Wren, whatever you want to say, take the Hologas out by herself in front of everybody else was such a stupid idea. Especially let him yell up through the hole. If he had yelled up through the hole, they could have gone into the hole and found them. I really like this idea of like the secret base for, oh my gosh, Imbrins. Like, I love learning more about this world because it's such an interesting and peculiar world. I loved Horace's constant like talk about the top hats and how he doesn't want to look like a street urchin, and I think the part where my heart raced the most was when they were stuck at sea, and it's like all of these kids rowing, and my arms physically hurt thinking about Jacob and even Bronwyn, who couldn't handle it. Bronwyn was such a mother in this book. I didn't see her that way when I had first read through them. I mean, like, she very much takes the lead. She almost is, she's not as bossy as Emma, but Olive kind of needs a firm hand to guide her, because Olive, that sweet child, I love her so much, but like, even when they were at the carnival, she's like, "Oh, cotton candy, let me go get that, let me go over here, let me go find this, let me go all over the place." And how she talks to normals, I mean, really, that thing where she yelled about Miss Wren should not have worked. And the whole SciShow thing and the creepy clowns and stuff I could have done without, but I understand that we needed to find a loop to find Miss Brennan, because she had to hide in one that the Hologas and the Whites had not invaded. And Jacob's senses and powers are getting a little more interesting. I know he gets this pain, but at the very end of the book he gets these dreams from his father that keep telling him that the pain is something, well, his grandfather, the pain is something that he needs to allow, he needs to understand, and it was almost weird. I thought maybe his grandfather was alive, maybe he was the bird and that's why he was naked. Him asking for trousers was the best. But I'm very intrigued. I'm not quite sure what the laws of this universe are, or when they keep talking about these old peculiar languages, are they like magical languages, or are they like Norse, or are they peculiar languages themselves? Because we hear Mrs. Wren speaking to what we thought was Mrs. Peregrine that way, and massaging her into becoming an Embren. Maybe I got this wrong, but I pretty much remember in the first book them saying only women could be Embrens. And how are they all sisters if they're different types? Is that just like what they say? It's been forever since I read Miss Peregrine's. I read both of these when they came out, so I just need to read Library of Souls. I really enjoyed pretty much everybody's characters. Enoch got a little less on my nerves because he was right. Like, it was so predictable that, oh, we're going to read this story about the tails, and then, hey, look, there's a rock that looks like this, let's go. But overall, I enjoyed it. I think it has problems, but it's definitely better than Miss Peregrine's, and we'll see what I think about Library of Souls, and I will see you guys later.